everyone, Sheila back again. Welcome to my channel. It is 10:30 Sunday morning. I'm doing a little bit knitting before I go down my granddaughter's later on. We have a lot of snow here. I do not like driving in the snow, but it is my great grandson Tommy's birthday today. He's 10. So I do have to go down today with his card and his present, and I can't wait until the snow clears because kids don't realise things like that. So I did go out in the snow yesterday because I had to go out and get a card and a little present for him. And it was snow, you know, and I wasn't driving. I just walked to the shops. It's about a 15-minute walk from where I live, but I think it took me a lot longer because I was walking very carefully in the snow. Didn't want to slip or anything like that. And you know, I went to one lot of shops, and then I went to one. There's a few shops practically just outside my estate. It's probably about a 10-minute walk there, where I could get the card from. But the place that I wanted to get the present from was B&M. I had to go a little bit further, about another 5 minutes out, and there was quite a few roads to cross, quite busy roads. And you know, I was coming back from that shop, and there was these 3 boys over the other side of the road where I was waiting to cross over the road. And I would say they were probably around about 9, 10, 8, 9 or 10, something like that, the 3 of them. Then they were throwing snowballs at cars when the cars were passing. Well, you know, sometimes I've had it happen to me before. When a snowball hits your car, it's like a thud on the car. And this one car, the fella stopped. He slammed the brakes on because I don't think he realised what had hit the car. And then when he did realise, he got out of the car and he was giving them kids a good telling off. And, you know, because he had a baby in the back of the car. And they were just making fun of him, you know, and all that. And I think he got back in the car, so I thought, right, I'm going to sort these out. So when I crossed over, I sort of tagged one of them and I says, hey, you know, I says, you should not throw snowballs at cars. I says, you can cause an accident. And I was saying to them, I knew the boys because they lived on my estate. I didn't know their names or anything, but I knew they lived on my estate because I'd seen them because I wasn't far from my estate by this time. And I was, you know, telling them off. I says, you can cause an accident. I says, like that man stopped. I says, because you hit his car. And I says, he didn't know it was a snowball. He thought something else had hit him. And you know, they just started making fun. One of them threw a snowball at me. So I said, right. So I sort of picked up the snowballs and I started pelting them back. Well, the 3 of them were pelting the snowballs at me and that. And I grabbed one of them by the collar and I put a snowball down his sweater in the back, and he was squirming and calling all sorts of. They calmed down, and I sat and I was talking to them. There was a little wall. I pushed the snow off the wall, and I said, down. I says, you know, I says, that man had a baby in the car. I says, now, I says, you're lucky there was nothing behind him when he slammed his brakes on, because I said he thought he had hit something. And I says, there could have been a car behind him. I says, that car could have slammed into him, could have hurt that baby. I says, could have killed it. And they sort of calmed down a little bit and they realised, you know, what they're doing. So I says, just stop your throwing snowballs. I says, if you want to throw snowballs, I says, go onto the green on my estate. I says, because that's where yous come from. I says, I know where yous live. Says, there's a big green, you can have yourselves a snowball fight there. I say, so just behave yourself and stop throwing snowballs at the cars. And they were okay after that. So I had bought some packets of sweets for my great-grandkids, but I still had some in the house, so I wasn't going to go back for some more. So I gave them, lucky there was 3 of them, so I had 3 packets of sweets. I said, now there, says, get yourself away and play somewhere else. I says, and stop throwing the snowballs at cars. Because somebody did that to me one time. It hit my window, and they must have made the snowball really hard. And it was like, as though it felt as though it was going to break the window. It was that hard, and I had seen it, so I knew it was a snowball, but it could have hit another part of the car, and you could have thought you had hit something. And you know, with them, they're just kids, they just don't realise. But I seen the kids later on. They were actually, there's a green outside where I live, but there's further up, there's another massive big round green. And there was a lot of kids on there, and they were all having snowball fights, so I throwing the snowballs at each other, and I recognised one of them there, so I know they must have took heed of what I said anyway, like, because they could have caused an accident with what they were doing, and I don't blame that fella getting out of his car and screaming at them like he did. But I think he'd lost his temper, you know. I think he'd been a little bit more patient. He might have been heard better. But anyway, that was a little bit of that. And, you know, with the snow, I have but I go to my knit and natter tomorrow. I'll probably not be going. I've told my friend, and she sent me pictures of where she lives. There's no snow here. She says it melted. I says, I know, but I says, I live nearer the coast, a good half-hour away from where you live. I says, it must be coastal areas that's getting it worse. So I sent her a picture of mine. She couldn't believe what she's seen, to think how the short distance away, like it's half an hour, I don't know how many miles that is, but the distance away and what snow she had was very little, and it had melted. Newcastle, right into Newcastle, where my address is classed as Newcastle, but I don't live in Newcastle. I'm nearer the coast. So I had to tell her, I says, I'll probably not be at knitting natter tomorrow. I says, and if we get any more snow, I'm not be at bingo on Thursday either, because I am not driving through snow. I says, like, I'm going to my granddaughter's today and the sun is shining, so it might melt the surface snow a little bit, but it is actually about -3 degrees as well. So when the sun goes away, it's going to be like ice, where it's melted. So I'm going to have to be very careful when I'm coming back home, because my estate is like a skating rink. Because when I walked to the shops yesterday, there was 1 or 2 cars coming around, and they were going very slow, and when they were turning the corners, they were very careful, because one of them nearly ended up on the pavement. And you know, we're not used to the snow in this country, because we don't get it like they do in other countries, and everything comes to a stop when we get any snow. But you know, other countries, they're used to it and they go on as normal life, but it's not in the UK, it's not. So I'll be very careful. I know for a fact that the main roads are clear, but I have to go through a country road to get onto the A1 when I go to the knit and natter, and if I go to my bingo. And that road is not gritted, so I know it's going to be, well, like my estate, it's going to be very slippy and icy, and I am not driving through that. So my friend, she'll just have to get somebody else to take her, or if she can find somebody else. And I know that Molly can probably get, for the bingo that is, but Molly might be able to get one of her. I think it's her nephew that takes her normally if I can't take her. So, and as you can see, I'm wearing the jumper that I'm busy knitting here. But this one, you know, it so annoyed me when I knitted this, because I love this sweater. And it's just massive on me now. This sweater now, the sleeves were the perfect length, but because of this bit across the top, this has went wider with it stretching, and it's dropped. This is the shoulder seam here. We used to be up here before. I have like a a dip in my shoulder where it goes down and down, and the seam was in that dip there, so it stretched about that much. So the sleeves, if I pull the sleeves down to where they are now, that's where the sleeves are on it now. Where they were like that before, that was the perfect size on them before. And I don't like, you know, having all this loose stuff and all this on here. You can see how big it is. Just showing you. That's not even stretching it. That's just showing you how much extra there is on the sides. Now I have a photo in my computer when I first made this sweater, because I was thinking about making a pattern for it. So I took a photo of myself wearing this sweater when I had just finished knitting it, and I thought I might use that for the photo for the pattern if I get round to the pattern. And it's a perfect fit. There's no baggy bits on it anywhere. So I'm hoping this one will be okay. I'm knitting it a lot smaller and on tighter needles, on the 375 needles, the body part, instead of the 4mm was before. So it'll be a little bit, the stitches will be a little bit tighter. It may look a little bit tight when I first knit it, but I know I'm going to wash it a few times pretty quick for us to see if it stretches. Because I know it's going to stretch, because this one did. And it's not my knitting. It's the wool these days just does not keep the shape like it used to. I don't know what it is, but a lot of the wool I used to use a lot of years ago when I used to have a knitting machine, the cones you used to get, they were a certain percentage of acrylic and a percentage of nylon. They were like 50 acrylic and 50% nylon. So they kept their shape great, you had no trouble, but to get anything like that, you have to pay a fortune for now. But it wasn't that much then, when you used to get it then. But it's all 100% acrylic now, and if you want anything, it's got polyester in. You can get some things with polyester in. They probably don't stretch as much as what the acrylic does, but I just wish I could wear wool. But you know, wool shrinks, it doesn't get bigger. But there is superwash wool I've never thought about that doesn't lose its, doesn't shrink. I don't think it shrinks anyway. I've never been able to wear it to find out. But anyway, I'm onto the, well, you can see the other piece is here. I'm onto the front on this one. And I'm doing a bit more of this scarf. Got a bit more of that done. I've probably got about to do the same amount again, because it'll have to go, you see, there at the moment. So you want them to hang down here somewhere with the pom-poms on for the kids. That's what I have to do with that. And then I might get on to one or two of my other things. This blanket here I have on the side, I might get this finished. Now, this comes in handy at the moment. You see these needles? Instead of me folding them up and putting them somewhere, I just stick them. You can't see, I'll put them here. Oh, you can see there. I just stick them into that crochet on there. And it comes in very handy. Just somewhere to put them instead of putting them away, because I'm still using them. So I think I'm going to crochet a piece just to put over the arm of my couch, just for that purpose, just to stick the needles in, because it comes in handy. I can't stick the needles into the material on the couch because it would make holes in it, but that's handy for that. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to crochet a piece to keep over the side of the thing where I can just loop the needles in when I'm not using them. But I thought, no, this little couch I'm sitting on, it was something I bought from SCS. Now, SCS are not as good as they used to be. They've been taken over by, I think it's an Italian firm, and everything comes from China now for the thing. And I found out with this, it looks good, but when you're sitting on the cushion, it's one long cushion, because it's only a small couch. It's called a cuddle couch, and it's only a small cushion. The cushion is, there's enough for 2 people to sit on if they had to. But I always sit this where I'm sitting now because I like this. This arm is the arm that does all the work on my knitting, and I can't sit over the other side because my arm keeps hitting the arm of the couch. So I prefer to sit where I am now or in the centre. But I thought I'm sitting in the centre all the time, I started getting a dip like that in the cushion because the foam is, it's just not the best foam they put in it. That's all that's in the cushion is the foam. So I keep sitting in one corner, but I keep turning it over every so often. And that's what I did this morning. I took the cushions off and gave it a bit of a brush down and that. And, you know, I was sitting last night and I just felt like I could have had a couple of sweets, but I never got no sweets for myself when I was out yesterday, and I had no sweets. Well, I took everything off and I moved this cushion there, and I found this half bag of sweets behind the cushion. I must have put them there to stop myself from eating them, I think. And I forgot they were there until I've come to tidy up the couch. So I've got some sweets to eat tonight. I should tidy this couch up a bit more often because there was crumbs and all sorts on it. In fact, I had to get my little vacuum thing out and go with this because there were so many things of crumbs of biscuits and crisps, and because I eat everything on this couch. So that's just a little bit for today. So I'm just going to do a little bit knitting. Maybe it's 1 or 2 cups of tea, so don't go down my granddaughter's till about 2 o'clock. So go down for my lunch then, and then back home to, hopefully, no troubles getting back home through the snow. So thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll catch you all another time. So bye for now.